Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. And I don't know what I'm gonna do today. I haven't been in my studio for a while. Because it's been like a super busy week. Really, really busy. Like I guess the last time I was in here when I did the Sunday spotlight. Um, so yeah, and that was like last Saturday probably, or Sunday morning. Just waited to the last minute for that, you know how it be. And I never cleaned off my desk either. So I'm gonna do kind of like what's on my desk kind of a deal, I think, is what I'm thinking, because there's like random stuff here. So yeah. That is one thing I just picked up. I will pull things out, you know, that I might want to use. Like this is perfect size for putting one of Michelle's botanicals on. And her botanicals should be in the focal point drawer. Let's see. Yep. One might be a tiny bit big. Really doesn't matter. If it goes off a little bit, that's really not that big a deal. But also, I've got more. There's like several different ones. So, and I was watching Michele this week, Creative Cove, and I really want to make like she did like a neutral journal. I really want to do that. I don't know if that's going to happen, but and one of the things she had in her neutral journal was like little pops of color, like greens and whatnot. Ooh, that one might work nicely. Um, and I've just got this. This was gel plate print, and there was some transfer that happened with the words that were on whatever I was using. Sorry, I was just like, what color do I want to use? I knew what color I wanted to use, and I was like, I gotta find it. And then it was right next to me. Bonus. Ouch. All right, so I know some of you have been waiting to hear any news and whatnot. So I did go on Monday to see the hand surgeon or orthopedics. I guess it's a hand surgeon, and I got 2 shots. I got one in my finger because remember I couldn't bend my finger at all, like this PIP joint. Now I know what that joint is called. It wouldn't bend at all. I had trigger finger apparently, and I'm a little worried that my thumb is doing the little It's not doing it today, but sometimes it'll do a little popping thing, like how this finger started. So I'm a little concerned my thumb is heading in that similar direction, but let's hope not. Because I would like to not have a trigger thumb. But anyway, so I think I've shown you guys before, this is as far as I could bend it before. Like I couldn't bend this joint, and that's as far, when I would make a fist, that's what it would look like. But now if I have to work at it. And the doctor said to keep pushing and whatnot. So I can almost, last week I think it was like that much, and now this week I can kind of like get that much space in between there. So it's getting a little better, and I start occupational therapy on my hand in March. So, and then also, and that hurt plenty. That totally hurt. But then when he went in the joint in my wrist, the other shot I got can't even turn it, is my wrist here. So I can twist it. I still kind of have to turn my elbow when I turn the key because that's kind of a harder turn. And also I'm starting to be able to bend it. Not quite as far as this one, but I had no range of motion before. Oh, we're getting almost, keep your hand straight. So yeah, so now I'll know on what is today, February 27th, where my hands were if I ever want to go back and look and be like, oh, I've improved since then. I know some of you probably don't care, and some of you were very interested to know what was going on with myself. Right now, my shoulder hurts. I've been icing it and putting heat on it and all the things. All right, let's see what else is over here. This could make a really cute pocket. And which way this goes? This way. Wonder. I might want to do like more than one. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, or hold on. Is this one a Lucy Ames? I think maybe. It would fill it out nicely. Yeah, I might do that. It'll come off the edge a little bit, but that's okay. Also, gonna use brown again because why not? I'm thinking I want to do. Of course, I'm already choosing papers to do on this that are more colorful than neutral, but green's a neutral. But I'll have pieces to use in whatever it is I decide to make. What will I make? I don't know. We'll see. I'm just grabbing things off the side beside me over here and doing something with them. And having stamps is helpful. Having some nice botanical stamps, especially with spring coming. Probably going to want to do, you know, quite a bit of botanicals in some journals might be fun. All right, this has that in the background. I better have like a tall, what do I have that's tall? I mean, the one I just did, but there's also one taller. Well, I could draw it. I mean, and it doesn't have to even be, I'm trying to think. I could just leave that as it is, really. All right, that already has something on it. We'll leave it as it is. What about here? I don't have anything like really thin, but I do have numbers. And I also like numbers. So let's pull out numbers and or, Sorry, this was what was in my eyeballs. And I'm like, well, what would that look like if I did it on a thin strip? Just because a stamp is big doesn't mean you have to stamp it on something big. This flower in the middle could be really cool as a little something. See, that'd be a cool little strip of something, wouldn't it? And it still looks really cool. So yeah, just because your stamp is big and your paper's not doesn't mean you can't use it somewhere. That would be fun to use somewhere. Also, I have this one when it carries. Carry the crafter. I think I'm just going to do a bunch of stamping in like browns and greens and whatnot in these like neutrally kind of colors. And trying to line that up. No, did not line up, but that's okay. Go this way. A little bit. I don't know. Anyway, I can use that. Let's see. Apparently I was using some book pages and I've got bits from the book pages. So let's turn around every now and then. I get a little and see what we have that we can. Ooh, actually, that might be kind of cool if I do like the half side. Could even do watercolor and get more colorful. But no, time to do neutral. Oh my word! Try to do neutral, and what does my brain want to do? My brain wants to go all what's the word I want? All colorful on me. That's what my brain does. I don't know. Maybe I want it to come off the side a little bit too. Who knows? Still looks cool though, as a little piece to play with. Yep, we like it. Do, 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 do. I like it like that. Mary, first queen, regnant. I don't know what that word is. Mary, first queen. Okay. I could cut off the words, but I don't really have to. So is anything here? No. What if? Oh my goodness. Just some bits of this. Just like that. Just maybe not. Maybe. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's got interest on it now. Almost looks like tiger stripes, actually. All right, this has a fern on this side, which will be really cute to use in the thing as it is. Or we could add a little something. Like what? What? I don't think there's much left on here, so I'm just going to... Oh, it was more on there than I thought, and I did kind of smush it around a little bit, but that's all right. Just gonna do a little bit in the corners here and there and just get a little something happening. What? I don't know. We're just being super random with it. All right, what else do we have? That has a lot of color on it, and it has some stuff on it, which is fine. I might just want, don't know, could even just... Even if you just have a little tiny bit of drawing ability, you can do stuff. And I might just go ahead and tear that like that, and that could be a little piece that goes on something somewhere at some point in time. Or if you don't have a lot of money, you could just learn how to draw, and then you won't need the stamps. Sorry, Mariah. I mean, I can draw and I still need the stamps, so I don't need them, but I definitely want them. Well, some of them I need. So it's, if you want, like, sometimes I just kind of want consistency, and I can't get that so much with drawing, you know? Or it just needed to be quick and easy. I mean, as much as I would like to be able to, like, draw all the things all the time, I'm not Michelle. Oh, she draws good stuff. And she teaches you how, so go check her out. I'll make sure I put her in the, excuse me, in the description box so that if you've never heard of her, you can find her. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, I was on the phone with the pharmacy trying to get prescription switched over for my son, and the network went down. So now I'm just waiting for my husband to let me know when the thing's back up, because so he's super stressed because he's the one that has to deal with it. In case you were wondering what my husband did, he works in IT. So when the network goes down, he's the one having to deal with it. I don't know how I feel about that one, but it's got something on there. Because I'm just grabbing little pieces. See, these have the blues from the water journal, the ocean journal. And I think I'm going to save these to use in, like on a, well, we could just make a masterboard, couldn't we? Or we can add to this like this. There's this fun little painty piece right here, which was probably from I don't know what it's from, but it looks really cool. So let's just go ahead and add stuff to it and have it be a whole full-size journal card that's not just partially decorated. Let's finish decorating it. Sure, let's do that. Where's my glue stick? Anybody see my glue stick? Um, yeah, I could pause for a second to find it, but it was here. It couldn't have gone that far. It was under a piece of paper. It was on my desk. It was over to the side, but something was covering it. Of course something was covering it. Why wouldn't something be covering it? You know, that's just how we roll in the Shire. Ooh, I wonder if any of these pieces that I just stamped on would fit on here. Ooh, that actually might be kind of cool. Maybe, maybe not. Right. Put some things away. Don't need everything out all at once. So you already used it. You can put something away. You might use it again. That's okay. It'll be in the drawer. You can find it when it's time to use it. Fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yes, I'm wearing a big sweater, so my hands are all over the place. Kind of went off the edge on that one. I'm on the edge of glory. Why do I feel I have to be loud? I actually can talk soft because I got the mic right on my shirt. It's on, right? Yes, it's on. Phew. Phew, 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 phew. Nope, nope, nope. No, no, no. Something here. What? What? I mean, that's just blue on blue on blue. I mean, it fits though. So, maybe we will. Just a background. It may get covered. Who knows? But I don't mind having Mariah's little, let's go over a little bit on here. so that it's not lining up perfectly. And I ordered some stuff on Dick Blick today, and I'm going to blame Eddie. She's like, I didn't tell you to buy nothing. No, but you were using the titanium buff, whatever, the off-white Blick. And I don't have a fluid acrylic in off-white, so I ordered that. And then I ordered some other stuff because you can't just order just one thing, can you? What is this? Oh my goodness. This is yeah. Let's play with that. That'll be fun. All right, so we got a piece that was covered that wasn't covered. Okay, so that's helpful. My shirt is choking me. Ow. This has wrinkles in it, which actually could be kind of cool. I just need something. I need a base, unless it's going to be a page in the journal, which it totally could be. It totally could be. What size is this journal going to be that I'm thinking of making? I actually have no idea. I will find out when we get there. I don't want it to be super huge. But I liked all the flips and flaps that Michelle had. So, there's that. And also the pages don't all have to be the same size, but once I start making pages, then I can start adding things like really fun little flips or pockets or whatnot. Let me make that a flip. I don't know. I just want to use it somewhere. Or it could be a pocket. We'll see. It's kind of thin though. But thin's not terrible. But I could. And I could just put some gesso on that or cover it with some, I don't know. For right now, here's the thing though. Don't want to put anything under here because we're going for neutral, Darcy. Why are you bringing in the blue? Well, I like blue. If I want to bring in blue, I'll bring in blue. And gold. I mean, why not? Maybe even little labels. The jam. Just grabbing what's on my desk, because that's how I roll right this minute. I'm thinking. This is also on my desk, What if we just put it on here somewhere? It's kind of shiny. What do we do if it's shiny and we don't want it to be shiny? We could add some clear gesso. That is a possibility. Also, just adding some ink kind of helps. Let's see. What do we have here for colors? What if I don't want to do that color? I want to do more. So this is kind of a pinky corally kind of a color. So, crumbs. That's just my printer. I want kind of like maybe antique linen. I was either thinking about the paper. Oh, fur burlap. Oh, that's a new one. Crushed olive. How do I feel about that? I don't know. Vintage photo. I'm gonna pull out. The other twigs. I'm just gonna pull out some greens and brownies. Browns. This has got a tiny bit of green in it. The vintage bundled sage is what I was thinking of, but that one's just gone. I don't think I've replaced that one either, but that's okay because we can just add some water to it. This is not water. This is Mrs. Myers. Get it off your desk before you go spraying it and stuff. This is water. Also, something I can do now that I couldn't do before is, squeeze bottles with my finger. Can't with my thumb yet. I think my thumb's probably going to be one of the next things to get shot because it just doesn't like me very much. All right, I'm going to grab. See, the reason I'm using the inks is because I know that she used oxides though, and they are more chalky. Gail had used some inks on some magazine paper, and it made it less shiny, but that was probably because she was using the oxides, which are more chalky. But we're gonna try this and see what happens. So just because I feel like it. I mean, it's less white now, which is kind of nice, and I don't know. Do I want to add more to that? I might get in there. I even just kind of want to do some little droplets. I think that was the color. The color I really that makes me happy though. Do I want? Oh my goodness, get in there. Ooh, and one that would kind of be chalky, even though it's a spray stain and not an oxide, but you know, it's the mother of oxides, is the picket fence. Yes, well, I guess it would be the father of oxides because it's just the one thing, and then all the other colors come from the other colors. So picket fence, the father of the oxides. From what it sounded like, you know, the way Tim Holtz was explaining that once they had the picket fence is when they had started doing like oxides and stuff. Um, hmm, I know it's got green on it now. Why would I want to just put it right into the white? Also, do I? I don't know. I just kind of want to see, or just go across it, just because we can always wipe it off if we don't like it. I was just curious to see what would happen on the newspaper if I put that on there. I learn from trying things. I learn from experimenting. I just learn from doing the stuff. And that's how I learn what I like. Or sometimes I learn from those mistakes. Maybe I don't like it. But since that S was just too perfect before anyway, actually, I don't mind what I'm getting here with the green and the, oh, I kind of blotted off too much. That's all right. We'll blot some back on. We'll just blot some back on. Not a problem. See? Get a little bit more of a blotty back on there. Blotty, blotty, blotty. All right, let me dry it real quick. I'm not going to edit this, so I'm probably just, you know, you could just listen to the sound or fast forward through it. Or maybe I'll pause to see who that was. That was my phone, not yours. So if you're wondering if I'm still obsessed with fonts, well, yes, of course I am. Also, that picket fence definitely, I don't know if the green by itself would have, but with the picket fence, definitely less shiny. And the S is not so perfect now, which makes me like it all. So you can see it's still some shiny. The light reflects, but that's what light does. Okay, so I have that, and I have this, which, ooh, actually kind of like that on the front there. So I think I'm going to just glue this on. I'm just going to start gluing stuff down. That's just what I feel like doing. And then, oh, that was my husband. So now I do need to pause because I might need to call the pharmacy back if that thing is over or if he just needs support. It was a rough afternoon. No one wants a network crash on a Friday afternoon. Okay. Yay, I was able to call the pharmacy and get that all straightened out. And she's going to call the other pharmacy for me and get that all worked out. You know, the one pharmacy can call another pharmacy to get it transferred. That's what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna start gluing stuff on here. I don't know. I will likely add some pockets and stuff. I really liked all of the pockets that Michele had in hers. So we'll see what I decide to do. I kind of like these as like a little border on here or whatever. I don't know. Maybe that, I don't know. I mean, I don't mind having writing space, but I mean, it's good to have it's a journal. You do want some writing space. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't think I want that. I think I'm just going to do this and not even make it totally all the way up. I had the glue. There it is. Whoops, there it is. And I don't want that. Well, that red part would be fine. All right. Gonna glue this. A little bit of glue here. Whoop, and try not to rip it. And a little bit of glue here. But you can do this. You could just find all the ripped things on your desk and make something fun with them. There's no rules. That is going to cover quite a bit of, maybe I want to move this. Hold on. Hold the phone. I might want to put this more like over here. I mean, kind of straight would be nice, but it's not imperative. Ugh. What about at the bottom? There's a little bit of something that is I'm not loving that. So, but we could do that. We could potentially like that. Have a little bit of that blue poking out. I mean that's fine if that goes up like that, right? Yeah, it is. And that could just be decoration on the page. And I might even not glue all the way to the top or bottom in case I want to tuck anything in there underneath that. That would be fine. All right. This is sometimes how I really like to create is just random, super random, with nothing in mind. I mean, I do have a journal in mind, but without without overthinking it, I guess. And this is kind of folded over, and I might just keep it like that. Like that could even be kind of a what if we also kind of folded it like that too. And then some of that page will show, well, so whatever page is next will show a little bit. It doesn't have to be that page. I do want to take some gesso and cover those words a little bit. Gonna take my brush, which is wet, which is fine, not that big a deal. Just gonna get a little gesso out there, probably stick my hand in it. You know how we do. You do. You know how we do. That's how we do. Stick our hand in stuff. This just gives me, just pushes this back a little bit. Whether the words show or not really isn't too important. Depends what I do with it. I might do a little cluster on there. Or I might just leave it like this. Or I might add, where is the off-white? No, well, this is sitting in front of me, so it's talking to me. Neutral. I don't know how to do neutral. What is this neutral you speak of? I want to do neutrals. I just don't know if I can. I mean, it's like a light phthalo blue. It's sort of neutrally, you know? Why not? Just kind of, and then a little bit more with some gesso. That's going to take about a year to dry now. Fine, it's fine. I kind of like this. See, this paper down here was what I was the under paper for when I was doing the journal page or whatever that I was using this blue on. So kind of cool to bring that back in a little bit and just kind of bring in a little bit of gesso here and there and whatnot. Just add to it. When this dries, it should be a little interesting. We want to add a little bit more blue in there. I don't know. I mean, I could use color. That would make much more sense at this point in time. If I was going to make like a little botanical thing. Or it could just be a little botanical thing just from texture, I don't know. I'm trying stuff. Who knows? We'll see what happens with that. Maybe I'll add some ink to it later and it'll kind of, I don't know. All right. Fast forward if you don't like the noise. I'm going to dry this real fast. I'm not going to leave the brush there because that wouldn't make sense. All right, that's pretty dry. Now I'm going to take the same green that I was using before, actually. That I was thinking about doing. And while I can still potentially see what I did here, just kind of, I'm hoping there's a little bit of texture in there that gets picked up. I don't know. I said, just trying stuff. I mean, it'd probably make more sense if I just used paint that had color and just painted the leaves like that. And I might do that in here somewhere. You know, when you're scared, you might just start with white leaves and go from there. See what happens. You know? I mean, it definitely is subtle, right? All right, I'll let that dry, or I'm going to dry it, one or the other. So fast forward if you don't like this. Smelling weird. Whatever I'm doing, it's smelling a little bit weird. Oh no, brown cow. I don't know why I say that sometimes. I really have no idea. Water. Water would be nice. If you know that reference, tell me. A water would be nice reference. I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. This is not green. It is a brown green. It is forest moss. Oh, and did I put my hand? Yep, my arm totally went in. This is my old sweater though, so I'm okay with that. I did buy a new sweater. I checked out a Savers up near my client that I was going to see the other day. And I found a beautiful sweater that is like off-white cream. It would definitely not be an art sweater. This gray one, really old, has holes in it, falling apart. It's my gray sweater. Oh, you didn't know that you could paint with the inks? Well, yeah, they're just as water soluble as, say, uh, uh, watercolors. So you totally can use them to paint with. Super easy. Probably a little pricier than watercolors, but you know, if you're trying to get colors that go with what you're doing, then that's probably where you want to be. You know, if you're doing something with a lot of these inks and you're like, oh, but I want to do some watercoloring, but I want it to go, you can totally use your inks. Let's see, do we just kind of want to come around the edge here? I'm just playing. I'm not trying to make a piece of art. I'm just trying to play. Just trying to relax and get back in the craft room because I gotta say, did I mention it was a busy week? Doing all the things. You know, now that I've done this, I'm like, well, maybe I still want some lateness in there, so it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Will I outline it with black? Potentially. There's a high potential that I will. Don't really know for sure, but in case I don't, we'll go ahead and connect them a little bit with whatever is happening here with our little wonky little leaves happening. I kind of want to let it dry again before all right, fast forward if you don't like this sound. All right, now, oh, that's my husband. I'm going to pause for a second, see what he wants. If you heard me kind of sigh when I paused the last time, it's because I'm recording sideways, which means I'm going to have to do the thing where I unrecord it. I mean, you know, I have to, I can flip it. I got to flip it real good. All right, this is the Twisted Citron, just adding a little bit more different green in here. And maybe we'll leave a little highlight with the other one in there. I don't know. Try not to cover it. I don't know what I'm doing. And because it's water soluble, you know, we're getting a little blending action happening, which is fine. It's fine. Doesn't have to be perfect because I'm probably going to also add some, you know, detail with the pen work. So So it's fine. Just I do like these, the forest moss and the twisted citron together. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Oh, look at that little thing on the top is coming off, but that's fine. And you know, when I go in the brush, the whatchamacallit's gonna get moved around. Because you know it's water soluble. I think I mentioned that. Moves even more than watercolor, so be forewarned. Just be forewarned. There's a little bit of texture here that I want to incorporate into the leaf. Thank you very much. Maybe there too. Nice, make nice little fat little leaves. We like fat, wonky leaves are more fun. Same with people. Fat, wonky people are just more fun. We're just going with that. I don't want people stressing about their looks and their size because someday you're going to look back and be like, oh, I looked really good. Why was I so concerned? In fact, I think I saw something today of someone saying just that. I can't remember who it was. Some kind of, the retro lady, Kristen. Kristen? I think that's her name. She wears, you won't know who she is. If I find her, I'll show you, but yeah. But anyway, all right, so that needs to dry. And I'm impatient, so it's going to dry like this. And now I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't like that green with this color over here, but you know, it's fine. It's really, it's not that big a deal. But also, we could bring in some frayed burlap and see what happens. See if that, because did you know that frayed burlap, I know the oxide is kind of like a brown, but the spray is kind of more green. It's kind of weird. Do I want a little bit of brown? I might. Speaking of brown, how now, brown cow? Oh, how about some gathered twig? We're just gonna, it's pretty dark. Just, now we've got gesso everywhere. Okay. Just gonna spread that all over, maybe even on the S a little bit, and let that dry for a minute. Do we want to? Sure, why not? And also, do I want to splatter some white on there? That might be interesting. Or some watered down gesso would probably be even more better, but I'm just gonna grab same brush, dry it off a little bit. I don't even mind if it gets over in the wetness on this side. Actually could make it more interesting, potentially, or maybe not. Oh, shoot. Well, when you do that, you get really big blobs. You don't want a really big blob like that. You can just come in with a paper towel and soak it up, or you can just let it dry like that. It's neither hot here nor there. There's nothing to worry about. Okay, fast forward if you don't like this noise. My shoulder hurts and I don't want to stand up to pause 5 million times. Ooh, it's smoking. Someone's smoking something. I'm smoking paper. Paper's getting smoky. That's not a good thing. You don't want your paper to get smoky. That's not really a good thing. Also, you don't want to ruin your pen by going on wet form. It's a little bit wet. I don't know. I really should wait. See, it's still wet here. That's definitely not good. Just gonna do that. Do I want to ruin my pen? Seems to be doing okay so far. Well, I could try to avoid the part that's the most wet, or I could just wait. Why can't I wait? What is wrong with me? Why is waiting so hard? Okay, we will wait for that little bit there, maybe. And now that I see where the leaves are and associate with it, I probably should have done dark on that one, you know? I'm just gonna did it one spot, let's do it in other spots where it's just all blurry and messy. These pens are not cheap, so you probably don't want to take this chance. Now, I do buy a lot of these. This is the plastic nib, the PN, Micron PN. Those are my favorites. My client that I went to the other day, I had pulled out, it was a calligraphy pen, size 1, so it was like 1 millimeter or whatever. But I let him use it to sign his paperwork. And he asked if I could have it. But, you know, he's always very generous with me. So I was like, yes, you can have it. All right, I did ruin that pen. Or it was almost ready because I use them a lot. So it also could have just been ready to be done. Who knows? Okay. I just need enough to get the rest of this done. I don't want to. And yeah, I tend to not draw straight, perfect lines and whatnot because they're overrated. Straight lines are overrated. There we go. I might add something later. Right now, like I said, it needs to dry. I keep not wanting to. I keep this is still wet here. This oh my goodness, just pull up some of that. What is that? Gesso. Yep. Okay. Now, what do I want to do with this S? So this is now going to fold over here like that. So there's a nice little fern. That's called fern. You know who draws really good ferns and has the patience to draw ferns? Michelle. Not me, but Michelle. Not me. Not me. Not me. Not me. Not me. I think I might just kind of stick that right on there. I might add something down here, but I'm gonna, ooh, now I'll be able to make my next video. Well, the next video, I just got a text from Eddie, so now I have the prompts. So, but I knew that it would take him a while to get. I'm not upset with you, Eddie. I knew you had Sharon's thing to do, so I understand. But I will get that video done before Sunday, and hopefully it will come out on Sunday. All right. And we can always add more stuff. See, this could be for writing. This is just to be kind of pretty or weird or whatever it is. And I'm just going to keep making papers like this and then eventually put them into a journal, I think. What am I going to do with this? I don't even know. We just might. Just might do that. It's just texture. I mean, if you have a fold in your paper, you can just kind of go right into the fold. Just make that fold a feature if you want to. And could even, hold on, hold the phone. Let's just go ahead and do a little glue up there, a little glue up there. And now that can become a little baby tuck spot or something unexpected to just tuck up in there. And see, that it's just interesting on that side, just kind of like that. Yeah, I left that in case I wanted to tuck anything under there, just for funsies. So yeah, we've got a little tuck spot here. Oops. Stay down, glue, stay down. Why am I even putting, it's supposed to be a neutral. It might not end up being a neutral journal. It just might end up being whatever I make it. Let's see. Ooh, that's got some of that blue. Oh, see, this brings this, that brings it together, doesn't it? And it makes me want to just, yeah, I am. I'm going to put it right there. Just going to put it there. Now, those colors can make sense. Kind of. Kind of, but not really. But, you know, it's fine. That makes a little bit more sense if I wanted to. Oh, also, Remember that stamp we used on the other thing that's big and round and beautiful? Beautiful. I like things right now. This feels orphaned from this, so I'm putting this in here to attach to that's going to be its foster parents is this right here. Gonna now they're not going to be abandoned. They're going to have a family. This is what I'm looking for. Why was that so hard? Now, do I need this to be a perfect circle? No. Am I going to have a little bit better luck? I don't know. I might not. Just going to kind of gently, going to overlap on one side or the other, or both. There we go. See, not orphans anymore. And then even down here. Yeah, this is kind of a naturey little. I forget what this is. One of Brad's. I don't think it's one of the stylized compass. I'll look it up and put it in the somewhere down below. What I'll do. Really like where this gesso is like over the the ink and whatnot. Well, that could be fun in the background of whatever I put on there. Just oh yeah, more distressed. Yep, I like that. And maybe just for fun, that a little. And my son's home. Might go say hi to him. All right, I think moving might have been what I needed. Well, no, it still hurts. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep stretching my shoulder and hope that it gets better. Mo better. What about this? That's probably enough right now, lady. Why do you gotta keep? I don't like that anyway. Do I not like it? I don't know. That was just something that I just kind of painted. And maybe I don't like it because it needs an outline, but maybe not. I don't know. I know not. I know not. Oh, now it's got black all over it. Well, whatever. I don't know. I won't really know until I glue it down, right? Be a little crown on the S. The S have a little crown. I won't know till I glue it. No, I'm just going to glue it down, and then we'll see if we like it or not. Whatever. If we don't, well, maybe we'll have time to tear it off. Probably won't, but we'll just stick it on there and see. I'm just going to put it this way because in my brain just decided that's what it wanted to do. And I'm not doing the thing over it, so it's just going to be more cloudy than clear. I didn't wet it or anything like that. Just like that. And then do I want to ink this page? I mean, I could take this long to do every page, and this journal will take forever. Nice. I am recording. Hi, sweetie. The burp was my son. He knows better. He thinks he doesn't, but he knows better. What if I put some lines across here to indicate this is where you might want to write and bring that brown into that a little bit more, maybe, potentially. But first I want to put the cover on the glue. Here it is. I'm tired. Did I mention I had a really busy week? I feel like I sound like I'm dragging. That's what I'm trying to say. Those are the words trying to come out of my face. This is the frayed burlap. And I kind of want to, well, it'll go through the paper if I do that, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just going to use dry ink. Dry ink might be more better. Okay, I'm gonna see what happens. It might look good, it might not. It's fine. Just, they don't have to be straight. They don't have to be all the way across. They don't have to be anything. They are just kind of, I guess we don't have to go, we just do that and we can get it where we want it. Whatever. I don't know. Am I the only one using a ruler as a line maker? Probably. I mean, it's super subtle, which makes it not too annoying. Also, now it's kind of got more texture too because it's kind of pressing hard in some of those places. Well, there's one page done for a journal that may or may not happen. That's just the kind of mood I'm in today. Yeah, what if we do a journal based on the colors that I did that journal thing? Well, just have pops of color, but mostly have like more of the browns, and I don't know how to do neutral. I thought I did, but I don't really. I like the flips and flaps. So we got one page done and ready to go in a journal that may or may not happen. And we have a journal card for whatever. Oh, hold on. Wouldn't you know, the pharmacy that pharmacist needs to call is also having issues. You know, that's just the way it goes sometimes. I don't know that there's anything on this anymore. But I kind of sort of just want a hint of it. I don't want it full on. So let's just do that. Yeah, that's fine. I just kind of wanted maybe even a little bit here, there. No, I don't mind that it's also showing up in here. That's fine. Just adding a little bit of brown in there. Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Now it looks like dark blue nighttime forest, maybe. Um, 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 um. Kind of a cool background. I don't know what I want to put on it. I'm gonna make it into a tag though. And got this nice grungy. Do I want to bring in some? I'm trying to think what color that might be. It might be yellow iron oxide. Got a little bit of this other blue in there. Now we have that brown. What if I just take some gesso? Do I want gesso or do I want the cream? I might want the cream. Cream. Unbleached titanium, which is right here. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh man. Do you not know how to do just a little bit, lady? No, I don't. A little bit is not my forte. Okay, we got that page. Did page. How long did it take us? Well, we did some other little bits, but yeah, it's been almost an hour. Yeah. We're just going to take a long time to do all the things. I'm going to grab a brush. This brush. I'm going to grab this brush. I have all these. Yeah, these are the regular, the Fumui, whatever brushes that I bought. Okay. Just trying to make sure they weren't the watercolor brushes. They're not. Don't want it on there perfect. Let's just, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't think I like that. I think I actually want, well, I don't know what I want. That's the problem. I think we've established the problem. The lady doth not know what she wants. She does not know. See, that's now going into the background, which is fine. Going to make it a little bit more neutral than it was. I still have some color in there and whatnot. Just going to let that dry for a minute. And are we going to do that with this one too? Maybe. We also might bring some gesso into it just because. Why not? Why or why not? We don't know. A little bit of gesso. Oh, shoot. Why can't I just do a little? It's all right. We'll just. Going to do that. Okay. We're going to let that dry. Not even going to blow it. Blow it? That didn't sound right. Not even going to do the thing on it or anything. We're just gonna do that and that. I know you're like, you're covering up the background, but it's going to be more interesting because it had the background. If I had just done that stuff on just the thing, it wouldn't be as interesting, right? See, having the background there makes the palette knife stuff that I'm doing now more interesting. See, that's just boring, but we might just spray that, should we? With some of the colors that we've been using. What is this color? That's the frayed burlap. I mean, it's going to go through, which is fine. Quite green, quite green. Don't know. Ow. All right. Water would be nice. Nice little backgrounds for when we do some flowery. All right, just a little bit of the green is coming through. I kind of like that. All right, let's draw. All right, I'm going to fast forward. You don't need to hear this part. If you're wondering why I wanted to dry that so quickly, it's because I wanted some of the green to come through, and the longer I left it, the more green was going to come through, or if I dried it right away, the hope was that the green would stop. So there would just be a little peak of green on this side. This side can be totally green. What are we going to do with it? I don't know. I might put pockets on it. Who knows? But I'm not going to worry about it right now. And this flower will probably get used somewhere in the journal because I mean, it's a nice little dead flower, even though, we're coming to the, yeah, we could read that, even though we're coming to the end of winter. And hopefully this will, I don't know what this journal will be. Maybe it'll be some kind of like in the middle between spring and summer, or between winter and spring. Oh my word. Don't need between spring and summer. That's all bloomy and pretty, but but that is just kind of fun. So yeah, that's a potential there. And this has got some nice paint and marks on it. We like that. 10 a.m. Friday, February 6th. I don't remember what happened that day, but it was something, and I wrote it down because I got the phone call when I was with you guys. So yeah, we'll see what happens with all that. This could be a pocket. We could do a couple pockets. Could have one like this and one like this. I don't really know. I just could you go sideways with it even? I like this little peekaboo thing that wants to happen down here. I don't know why. Ooh, that's interesting right there though. Right, so I'm supposed to be done. This video is long enough, but all right, we'll just come down here. Come down here. Sure. Which way are we going with this? Does it matter? I don't think it does. Or maybe it'll go like this and it won't matter one way or the other. It'd be just a little page in the journal. That was my phone, not yours. I don't know what I want to do with this. Anyway, so now we know where we're going from there. We've got some grungy pages to start something, and I'm gonna keep playing in more videos. If I'm really nice, I will edit this and take out all the drawing, but if I didn't edit it, then you'll know I was just too tired to care about you guys. I just, you know. All right, so we've got some bits and pieces to play with in whatever this becomes. Oh, look, a little spray on that. Kind of love that. Okay. And we got that. Got these little pieces we could play with. So yeah, we've got stuff to play with. We love that. I love that for us. This is not going to make a great thumbnail, so just saying. It's not super fantastic for thumbnails, but this is what you get from me today because it was that or nothing. Anyway, love you guys. I hope you have a delightful day. I will hopefully have another video for Saturday and Sunday this weekend, as long as I don't have any really terrible pains that come up and about in my life. Okay, I want to keep playing, but my body won't let me. All right, love you guys. Have a delightful day. Bye.